So, we are starting week 3 of our class this week, and this week we are getting into some of the background of persuasive writing, which is understanding rhetoric. And rhetoric is basically a fancy term that means the art of persuasion. And when we look at rhetoric, we're looking at how something persuades us. So, one of the things that we will investigate during this week is the use of ethos, pathos, and logos, which are rhetorical appeals or persuasive tools that help writers and speakers convey their information and persuade people to believe what they want. Ethos, pathos, and logos are appeals to credibility, emotion, and logic. And you'll be learning more about this, which you can see in our week 3 to do list. For Monday, there is some reading and a few videos to watch to help you understand what rhetoric is. And you're also going to start a couple of discussion posts. What is purpose and what about the audience? And you'll find these in our week 3 discussion forum. After you've started your initial discussion posts, you will begin the rhetorical appeals assignment. And that's going to be our major project for the week. Because I know that rhetoric is new to some of us, I wanted to give us some time to explore and to do a fun little assignment. So, the rhetorical appeals assignment is basically asking you to read some pieces from the New York Times and look at how the writers use rhetorical appeals to appeal to an audience. So, this gives you a little bit of background on rhetorical appeals. I've asked you to think about a time when you tried to persuade someone to do something for you. How did you go about it? What kind of argument did you use? What kind of appeals did you use? And write whether it was successful or not. Then, I've asked you to read the opinion article Rap Lyrics on Trial, in which they're discussing the idea that lyrics are being wrongly used against amateur rappers in courts. As you read, highlight examples of logos, pathos, and ethos used in the article, and you may want to use a different color highlighter for each of the rhetorical appeals. Then, write a concise 300 to 500 word analysis of how the authors use the appeals in their article, whether they're persuasive or not, and how they could potentially be more persuasive. So you'll basically have two sections of this assignment. One where you kind of reflect on your own persuasive ability, and another where you analyze the persuasive ability of this particular article. And that assignment is due on Sunday. So you'll see that you have a bit of time this week to work on the assignment because I'd really like you to take the time to understand a little bit about rhetoric and a little bit more about the rhetorical appeals before you jump into the writing writing portion of the assignment. And that's basically what we're doing this week. So if you have any questions, please let me know.